All right. Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, Bahasham, Makakwadash. All right, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom to the brothers and the very few sisters seeking and pushing Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, Bahasham, Makakwadash in truth and sincerity. All right, Lord willing, the lesson be edifying and correct and direct to feed the lambs of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, Bahasham, Makakwadash. All right, I'm the brother Adanya from the GMS Chicago branch. All right, and pretty much just wanted to get into a lesson, going into the desire of the hopeful righteous elect, man. That's pretty much the topic, because what is the desire of the hopeful righteous elect, man? To execute the will of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, what he deemed righteous. All right, his ways. All right, the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's the the desire of the elect, man. To carry forward the will of the Lord, man. While you got everybody, all right, going about all these other things, the scriptures say that, all right, the whole duty of man is to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and to keep his commandments. And it's easy to get caught up in this present evil world, because it's set up to lead you astray. But only through, continuously dwelling in the scriptures all right, you constantly reminded Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, constantly reminded of his way, man. And that's what we need at the end of the day. So this the book of Isaiah chapter 33 verse 13. Hear ye that are far off what I have done, and ye that are near acknowledge my might. The sinners in Zion are afraid. Fearfulness have surprised the hypocrites. Say, who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? Yeah, what they say, the sinners, this how they think, the 2/3. Why the Lord, he cleansing us by way of the word. All right, ain't no hell doctrine, etc., etc. These people, they so bugged out. All right, they just know their expectation is that lake of fire, man. They know, all right, and through the washing of the word, we know that the scriptures say that the spirit returned to the Most High who gave it. All right, but that lake of fire that's coming, all right, the expectation of the wicked, that's still a real thing, man. So the 2/3, they cook, man, spiritually, all right, mentally. They say that the righteous say that they gonna suffer straight things but have hope for the wild, man. It say verse 15, it says, he that walketh uprightly, he that walketh righteously and speaketh uprightly, he that despiseth the gain of oppressions, that shaketh his hands from holding of bribes, that stoppeth his ears from hearing of blood, and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil. All right, which is the elect, man, the hopeful righteous elect, man. All right, the desire of the righteous, man. All right, what righteousness? The scriptures say justice is one of the cardinal trait of a man. So the hopeful righteous elect to instill the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. It say verse 16, he shall dwell on high, his place of defense shall be the munitions of rocks. Bread shall be given him, his water shall be sure, right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gonna establish him, man. It's like it. All right, so ultimately the Lord, all right, he got his hopeful righteous elect out here still. The Lord said he prayed that you keep them from the evil that's in the world, but to take them not from the world, man. So what it say? It's 144,000 righteous, hopeful elect prophets, man. Then it's an innumerable multitude of 1/3, man. All right, but the desire of the elect is, the 144,000, the 1/3, man. That the Lord, he gonna I say that that his word is going to accomplish there to where it was sent, man. So only the words of the scriptures, the Holy Bible, that's what's going to ultimately come forth in the world, man. All right. Amongst all this folly, distraction, and wickedness going on currently every day and always in this Babylon the Great confusion, all right, America, to stay focused on this one thing, which is this truth, man. All right, the scriptures, Yahweh Shema Shai. Matthew chapter 5 verse 6 says, "Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled." Okay. Let me get another one. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 11 verse 23. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath, man. They either got that hell doctrine or that YOLO or that no life after death doctrine, man. Which, all right, neither one of those things are of a truth. The truth is all spirits go back to the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, there's no such thing as hell. The lake of fire is the thermonuclear destruction that's coming, man. All right, and through the prophets, all right, the apostles, the elders, all right, Yahweh Shema Shai putting his spirit on them. Hey, we got the way of life, man. All right, we understand the truth, But only through humbling yourself to the scriptures, to the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai, do you obtain that, which ultimately it say he is the way, the truth, and the life, man. You obtain peace. You come to a clarity, man, of what it is, man. All right, while the whole world out here in a delusion, man. About what's up and what's down, what's right and what's left, man. The book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High in the faith of Yahweh Shai, man. All right, so what it say? The commandments of Yahweh, the law, statutes, commandments, the ways of the Lord, All right, keeping that, applying that, okay, ultimately, the Lord, he going to put it and give his hopeful righteous elect power to instill that, all right, to execute it upon the earth. All right, this is the way and the law of the earth. All right, if you're not okay with that, these X, Y, and Z judgments are going to happen, and the Lord, he going to beat it into existence, man, in the faith of Yahweh Shai. So they ultimately being in his word, knowing that our King, Yahweh Shai, man, he is our head, All right, there's no other way, Muslim, all right, just plantation Christianity, none of those things are going to work, It's not the truth. None of those things are true, It's the book of Psalm, chapter 149. In verse 1, it says, "Praise ye Yahweh Shema Shai. Sing unto Yahweh Shema Shai a new song, and his praise in the congregation of saints. Let Yasharallah rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king." All right, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, our King Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Ultimately because he about to come and redeem us, man. All right, verse 3, it says, "Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. For Yahweh Shema Shai taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh Shema Shai." So this is going to come to pass as well. It came to, at one point in the past, all right, Yahweh Shema Shai set up Yasharallah kingdom, eventually got split into two, eventually taken down by other kingdoms, placed into subjection, all right, and ultimately, this is gonna be the judgment written. All right, this at the end of the day, this is what's gonna happen. All right, from what as the Old Testament, from what they call the Old Testament to the New Testament, it's all just one word. All right, that after You know, and this is it. Yasharala is gonna beat and instill the ways of Yahweh Shemel Shai into the earth, man. You know, so hey, Lord willing, Yahweh Shemel Shai Ratazah, the lesson was edifying, correct, and direct to feed the lambs of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Ba'ashem Kakodash, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Mashiach Ba'ashem Kakodash. Hey, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, whom taught us this truth. Shalom to the brothers and the very few sisters seeking and pushing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Mashiach Ba'ashem Kakodash in truth and sincerity. Shalom, Wakwam Yasharala, and the Bible.